In this video, we're going to look at the concept of compounds for chemistry. After going through this video, I guarantee you that you understand the basics of compounds for chemistry. Alright, so ensure you stay to the very end of this video because this is one of the foundations of chemistry. Alright, very, very important. Okay, so having known that, let's go into the details of the video. As usual, I will give you guys a practice question at the end of this video to test your knowledge on it. So we're looking at compounds. Alright, now basically what is a compound now? A compound in chemistry is simply a chemical combination of two or more elements. Alright, so two or more elements combine chemically to give a compound. Okay, or you can see that atoms join together to make what? Compounds. Alright, now for instance, when you have something like hydrogen can combine with oxygen, alright, to give water. Another typical example is carbon can combine with oxygen to give what? Carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide. But the new name is carbon dioxide. Okay, now note that just as elements can be represented by symbols, okay, compounds can be represented by formulas. All right, the formulas are made up of elemental symbols in the same proportions that the elements can be found in the compound. Okay, now just like in this example, when hydrogen reacts with oxygen, the formula for water is H2O. Okay, the formula for carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide is CO2. Alright, now let's look at the number of atoms in a compound. Okay, just like in this water, we have two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen, making up a compound water. In this one, we have one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen, making up this compound carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide. Okay, note again that a compound could be ionic or covalent in nature. Alright, the bond in it could be ionic or covalent in nature. Now, a compound is said to be ionic when the reaction is between a metal and a non-metal. Example, we have a sodium hydroxide. Alright, so a metal is combining with a non-metal to form sodium hydroxide. Alright, this is an ionic compound. Another example is for instance, this carbon dioxide is covalent in nature. Alright, so a covalent compound is a compound in which a non-metal reacts with a non-metal. So in this situation, carbon is reacting with an oxygen, which are both non-metals. Another example of ionic compound is our hydrochloric acid. Another example is our tetraoxo sulfuric acid, and sulfuric acid. These are examples of ionic compounds. So a metal is reacting with non-metals. All right. Another example of covalent compounds, we have water is also a covalent compound. Okay, another example of covalent compound is our nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and the rest of them. Right, but don't worry, we are going to deal with this concept of covalent and ionic compound in details as a topic as we progress in this study of chemistry topics. Okay, so let's progress with the number of atoms in a compound. Let's wipe this. Okay, still considering the number of atoms in a compound, another typical example is this sulfuric acid. Alright, so here we have two atoms of hydrogen, we have one atom of sulfur and 4 atoms of oxygen in this compound sulfuric acid or tetraoxo sulfuric acid. Alright, Now note that there might be brackets in the formula. Example, we have calcium hydroxide. Now, the little number outside these two, the bracket applies to everything inside the bracket. Alright, so it applies to all the elements inside this bracket. For instance, we have one atom of calcium here, we have two atoms of oxygen here inside the bracket, and we also have two atoms of hydrogen here inside what the brackets. So let's look at random examples. We have ammonia. Okay, these are compounds. We have our sodium chloride. Okay, we have our calcium chloride. We have our sodium carbonate. Okay, we have our potassium hydroxide. Alright, so these are examples of compounds. So it's a combination of two or more elements chemically. So two or more elements chemically what combine to form a compound. Now let's look at basic characteristics of a compound. Now, one of the characteristics of a compound is that it is accompanied by a great heat. Alright, so there is usually an evolution of heat. Another feature of a compound is that a compound is homogeneous in nature and the combination occurs chemically. Okay, so that's it for a compound. Alright, these are basic things you need to know about a compound. So having known this, let me wipe this and give you guys a practice question. And after you can call it a class. Let's wipe this. Okay guys, so look at this chemistry practice question under compounds. It says, how many atoms are in one particle of sodium carbonate? Okay, so feel free to pause this video and see if you can figure this out. This is very, very simple. Okay, let's do it together. So the compound, we have sodium carbonate. Alright, so here we have two atoms of sodium. Here we have one atom of carbon, and here we have three atoms of oxygen. Alright, so when we add these atoms together, that's 2 plus 1 plus 3, which will give us was 6. Okay, so you can see that we have 6 atoms in one particle of sodium carbonate. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Now, if you are new to the channel, ensure you check the description of this video below for link to our Telegram channel. Click on it and join the Telegram channel for instant notifications. Also ensure you are subscribed to this channel by hitting the subscribe button for more videos like this. Like, share, and comment on this video. Tell me how you feel from what I learned from this class. If you seem to have any specific questions to ask regarding this topic, feel free to leave your question in the comment section below, and we'll ensure to give you a response. Okay, now click on the end screen above, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.